Okay, the part that I never showed in the video was how to set up, prime and set up your ink carts. Okay, so what you need to do is you unplug. This is just in case, like, you need to take them out ever again. You press your off button. One of the settings, it'll release just a little bit, and once it releases, you pull out your power cord. All right. So I'm going to show you how to prime right now. With this, you got to do this really quick. All right. See, I picked it up, grabbed it back. You're putting these on. You want to hook underneath, and you want to hear a clip. Hook underneath, clip. All right. Now, if these are not clipped on properly, you'll see ink start to flow out the bottom of these. So that's why you want to hear that clip, so that you ain't got no problems when you're priming. Okay, I'll show you how to prime these. Let's do the yellow because you can see more better with the yellow. I always keep my extra syringes ready to go. Okay. So when they're sending you all these needles and stuff, it's not important. It's useless. It's useless because if you're trying to enter your ink in here with this, it's going to overflow and come out, and it's just pointless. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't use them. So here we go. Here's your yellow. Just picture this as an empty cart, okay? What you're going to do, you release that. You have your line set up, all right? So what's happening is you're going to pull. You pull, and what's happening is it pulls ink from your tank straight through, coming in to fill your your ink chamber. Now you see, we're going to pull all the air through. Pull all the air through, and once it's pulled through, then you pull it up this way. So what you're doing is you're priming the cotton, so the cotton pulls the ink, pulls it through when it's printing, and at the same time it's pulling ink back into here, into the cotton, to give you a continuous flow of ink. Okay? Now remember, when you're doing this, always, and I say always, just keep the one lid off. You push back in, put your top back in. Always need these closed. Compression to keep the air circulating, the ink circulating. When you're done, remember, put your cap back on. Because if you don't, It's going to be that day when you have all them off and you do a quick movement and you put it into the wrong one. It's happened to me. Here we go again. Here's your white. This is basically all you need your syringes for once you have the ciss unit. You don't need all those needles and those pins. We just threw the one in there for those people who think they need one or want one. So here we go. See how those bubbles are going? And then you pull it down. And now you're pulling fresh ink into your cotton. But when you're doing this, what's going to happen is you're going to pull, and it's going to probably come to right here, and then you won't have any room because your syringe is at the top. All you need to do is just pull it back out, drop it down, and just pull. Now you see how because you're pulling new ink, this is not falling? Because all it's doing is just pulling new ink from here. There's no more air in there, so it's just pulling that ink. All right? Always put your cap back on when you're done. Close. All right? And you just do the same for everything. I might as well just prime them all because yeah, I'm just going to prime them all. Just going to prime them all. Finally got some storage for my iPhone. The black is the hardest to see. But you see how the ink, you're moving that ink all the way up. That's what you want to do. Get that cart, get your get your cotton fully soaked. There you go. Last one is the blue. Did I do the blue? I think I did them all. I didn't do the blue. But the blue ink chamber is still filled. Okay. So we got to set them back up. something here I want to show you. See that? How they just stay, the ink stays where it needs to stay. This is an issue that I was having with the other ciss and the regular cards. It start to bleed out, and it starts, all the ink starts bleeding into one another, right? This is why I don't really have to clean a lot, because when you start off with the first carts and whatever other unit that you're using, if you don't have a quality one like the one that we're selling, you're having issues here, constant flooding, constant ink all over. You have to take this out, you have to clean it all the way, all up every day, because you're constantly getting clogs, and it's just a hassle. Get the proper ciss. It's going to save you money, it's going to save you time, it's going to save you on maintenance, it's going to save you on everything. Trust me. Trust me, I've been there, and it's hell. It's a great system to have, but the problem is that everybody's going cheap with it first, right? Everybody's going cheap with it first, and they're getting the wrong ciss. Everything's flooding. You're taking this out. You're unscrewing this. You're doing all this stuff because you're getting paper jams. You're getting ink flooding. And then the next thing is you have to have proper ink. But with our system, we have the circulation. You plug it in. Mine right here, this is a automatic. I'll be selling these soon. There's just a couple hiccups with it. It's just that the buttons, they stick down, but once you set it, it's set and you're good to go. It stays there. So what happens with this is it constantly moves down. The timer goes down, and mine is set to go off every hour or every 2 hours, and it stirs automatically. But we're going to be, once we get to that point, we're going to be selling these also. It's great to have these. But with the manual, you just plug it in, you make it, you do it for 2 minutes, walk away, set your timer for 2 minutes, come back down, you're ready for the day. And then when you go home, and then when it's bedtime in the night, you come back down, you do your printhead clean, set it up for another 2 minutes, go back to bed, so that when you're ready, you wake up in the morning, your ink is not settled at the bottom, it's ready to go, right? Okay. That's me blah blah and all over. So all right, here. When you do this, you got to make sure that everything is set properly. Okay? Let's all right? Because the worst thing you want to do is try and do it and your line is all twisted. Oh shoot. Forgot to put that back on. Now you see, this has the damper set, so your ink is not flowing back. Right? And if it does flow back, it's at least it's not flowing forward. All right? It's not flowing forward with this setup. Your ink is not flowing forward when you turn it off, because that's what would happen. A lot of the ink would flow forward and flood your print head, right? So with our unit, it doesn't flood that way. If anything, this will go back a little. All right? So when you're doing this, what you want to do is make sure that these are set up. So as you can see, everything's set. Blue, from the black, the magenta, the yellow, the red, and the gray, which are white, and then your blue, right? All right, and what you want is when you're putting it in, you want it to hit. You want to quickly put it in like that. So with this, now you gotta do this quick, because Because what's going to happen is when you take this off, the suction that holds your ink still is going to be lost, right? So what'll happen, it'll slowly go back this way, right? All right. So all right, you hold it. Bang, one time. This has to be done quickly. There you go. All right. There you go. Then grab your plug. Plug it back in. It'll move down. Bang. And then you do your maintenance. Print head clean. Start. Bang. Me, I recommend once you put it in, you do your print head clean at least 2 to 3 times. Dismiss your firmware. And you're ready to go. Now, as I said, with this ciss that I have, you hardly have to do any maintenance. It's good to get the cleaning solution, because you know that cleans out anything through the print head that's like caked in, you know. But you don't got to do that all the time with this. With this, you ain't got to do as much maintenance as they're trying to tell you that you need to do on YouTube. At least for me, anyways. Now, I say if you're doing some heavy printing, I would say maybe once a month. That way you don't have to always keep going into here and taking things apart. And see? You want to see stuff like that. Your white is showing, your yellow, your blue. The black is mixed in with the blue, but you know what I mean? That's the first one. Like I'm telling you, I've had no issues with this. I just received my first bad review on Amazon for this, but what I think is that my instructions weren't fully up to par and they didn't follow it, or either it was one of my competitors, because I'm selling my ciss cheaper than one of my competitors. More than half price, at least half price than one of my competitors. So I think, you know, I've had this before on Amazon where people get mad and they buy your product and give you a bad review because the person didn't even say what was the issue on why the system was bad. They just gave a 1 star. Pisses me right off. But it is what it is. That's the world that we're living in nowadays, and a lot of people ain't playing fair to get where they got to get to, and it's just sad. But I'm not one of those people. Okay, the next thing I need to tell you is that these books here, these are like anime, manga books. Perfect size for me. Right? One Punch. Great book, but you know, I shouldn't be doing it with the One Punch, but it works. So what happens is when your film is coming down, if you don't have something there to level it, your film the film will bend, right? The film will bend like that, which will cause you to get smudges when it's coming on the way out, okay? So that's another thing, to always get some books, keep them there, so that when it's coming out, it's a flat, nice flow coming out, okay? And it's not screwing with your prints. It's going to give you smudges if you don't have a leveled book, but it has to be leveled. It can't be too much, or else you're going to push your film on the top of the printer while it's coming out. Right? You just want to be able to level it so it doesn't bend coming down, because if it bends, it's going to hit the top, right? And it's going to smudge it. So you want it to come out straight and flush and flat. All right? All right, we're coming up to the last part of my print head clean. One of the next videos we're going to do is so there you go. Look how beautiful that is. All the colors are vibrant, pulled up. That's what you want to see. And that's what you're going to get with the ciss that we sell. It's perfect. It's great. It's going to give you what you need. Going to give you great coverage when you're printing. The rest is up to you. And the ink that we have, our white ink, is awesome. Awesome. It's been filtered so many times to take out your particles. And when you top it up with this, it's a game changer. Going to save you so much money. Going to save you so much time. Go on our website, or actually go on our TikTok or our Instagram or YouTube. Whatever you want, our link is there, and that'll link you to our Amazon website. Now, the Amazon website, the prices, you know, we're trying to get our website up and going, and we can do way more deals and offer way more products on the website than we would do at Amazon. Amazon, we don't really want to put too much of our bigger items in there that we're going to be getting, because you know, Amazon, everybody wants to use stuff and send it back when they feel it's appropriate to them, and then the next thing that you have is you have competitors that are just going to try and buy your product and give you bad reviews. So it's just kind of a crapshoot with Amazon, right? So, but we'll keep the ink, we'll keep the powder, the film, the ciss on there, and you know, but we'll let you know once our website is up and going. Thank you for taking the time out to watch our video, and we appreciate your support, and we'll continue to keep bringing you quality products, because that's all we're about. Anytime you see this logo, anytime you see that logo means we're serious about business. We're serious about our quality. We're serious about our products. All right? All right, DTF family, thank you. Enjoy. Get out there and print and make that money.